If you're looking to buy a house, either vacation condo or first-time home buyers or even second homes in Florida, then this facts, which I'm going to release in this video, you must know. These are the facts which you may not be hearing a lot in a normal discussions. Maybe you heard about the real estate market, you heard about the buying process, but so if you're looking to buy a house in Florida, then what are the unique expenses you will come across? So this is a really nice video where you will be hearing some of the unknown facts. So let's start with the number one. Understanding about the taxes. So you must have heard about state does not have a tax in Florida, and that's one of the reasons a lot of relocation happens in the state. Just like a Texas and then some others, Florida also doesn't have a state tax, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a property tax. The property tax actually, it's not that high, but if I put in a numbers, it's between 1% to 1.2%. Some cities have increased the tax also, but not as much as some other states. So Florida taxes, property taxes are not that crazy high if you're looking to buy here. And if you're looking to invest also, that's something in a consideration. You need to put which city or which location you are trying to buy, or if you're a first-time home buyers also, that's something not every time everybody knows about it, that every city has a different kinds of formula used when you talk about the tax. If you want to learn more about the each city's tax, you can go in the website like this, which I'm showing on my screen. For example, in a Coral Springs city, or the Broward County, actually you go by the county also, and the city wise you can find the numbers on a tax. So that's like initial homework if you are putting the numbers. So this really matters for the investors, when you're there calculating the numbers. Again, tax depends on your purchase price. So for example, the seller you are looking and that tax is low doesn't mean yours will be the same. Another fact, you need to see if there is any exemptions applied in a seller's tax calculation. For example, some properties you will see a very terrific lower tax, like $700,000 property, the tax is like $1,500, which is unbelievable. That's not something you are going to carry forward from the seller, because you never know, the seller may have exemptions like veteran exemption. If they are discharged on a disability base, they get a special exemption that the taxes are, I have seen tax up to even $100 for in that kind of cases. There is another fact you must know, especially the first time home buyers, learning about the homestead exemption in Florida, which not applicable to many other states. So homestead exemption is actually one of the advantage to the primary homeowner, not the first time home buyers, but the primary homeowners. So if you consider your property as a primary homeowner, then that exemption is applied to you, and you save thousands of dollars yearly. You need to see the deadline, when to apply. That's very important piece when you look in a homestead exemption. I'm putting some dates here. If you already bought a property in Florida, then make sure you know this date and apply in timely manner. I think it's going to start soon. For 2024. If you close, let's say down the road in December, I think the time frame, after the deadline is done, then that year you do have to engulf the existed tax, but the next year you have to apply. There are some facts you may need to hear about in homestead exemption is, for example, if you already have a property and you're closing the second one, then there is a process you need to go through. The first one, if you are considering as a vacation home or investment home, then you do have to apply again for the next one you closed for the homestead exemption. They will not automatically know that you are closing the second one for your primary. So the county has to be notified in a proper paperwork manner. Number two, HOA fees. A lot of people who moves in Florida, especially South Florida, they get surprised with the learning about the HOA fees, and that's why I want to kind of guide you guys. If you're really looking to buy something here, HOA fees are sometimes unavoidable in South Florida, or especially in general Florida. Depends on the location. HOA fees it could be range from $100 or even $50 or $20 to thousands of dollars, even like I've seen up to $3,000 per month also. If you're buying a condo or townhouses, HOA fees are 100% there. I have seen very hardly some condos that they don't have HOA fees. Either they're built by very small builders or built long time back in a small cluster manner. Otherwise, you will definitely have HOA fees. Now, another piece you must need to know, if there is a HOA fees, does not mean you cannot rent. This is a myth. A lot of my clients have this question, oh, if it's a HOA, can I rent this property? Yes, you can. Every HOA has a different rules. Even in a rental side, there are different rules. Like, some HOA allows a short-term rental. Some HOA allows a two-time rentals in a year. For example, you only can do, let's say if you do 6 months, then another 6 months is allowed. You can multiple time rent, like if you want to rent 3 months and then another 3 months or another 6 months and another 3 months. No, you can't do that. Some majority of the condos allow 2 times rental. Some condos or the associations, HOAs, I mean not talking about just the condo, HOAs I'm talking about, they have a rules of allowing the daily rentals also. So it doesn't mean if there is a HOA the daily rentals or Airbnb not allowed. So you need to go deeper into rental restriction, then only you would know what are the terms of that. So even the single family communities with HOAs does not mean you cannot rent. You can rent. 99% you can rent, only 1 or 2% they don't allow. And the reason behind that is they want to control the crowd. They don't want the investors to go in. I just heard in Tampa there's one community, their HOA is only $100 quarterly, and it's a resort style, luxury style clubhouse, and they don't allow the rentals immediately. They want the 1 or 2 years ownership, then you can do it. So that kind of luxury communities also you will find, and it's very much common in Florida. Another piece is numbers. Like, don't get surprised with the higher numbers of HOA. A lot of times people, especially they're coming from other states, they get, oh my god, this much I'm going to pay in HOA. But understand this, here the HOAs covers a lot. There are communities like, you will see in a video is what I'm showing. It's like they offer the clubhouses, splash, gyms, so many other factors like resort style clubhouses, and that's why they're asking for this. Not only they are just gated, manual gated security wise, but the common areas are so amazing. That's why the ranges of the HOAs in single family houses also around $400 per month to even going up to like $800 per month. There are even some HOAs has a membership for the golf. That's pretty much common in Boca Raton. You will see the house prices are so less, but there's a $75,000 membership fees. I'm going to make another video of that, and so you understand this breakdown, how does that numbers comes, what they actually cover. But whatever the numbers are, definitely they do cover, and HOA deserves a whole different video, why you should buy an HOA, why you should not buy an HOA. There's a whole different topic for this, so I'm going to make another video of that too. Number 3, when you're thinking to move in Florida, there are some other unique expenses you need to consider. For example, lawn maintenance or the pool maintenance, because it's very much common houses are with the pool here. And the pool maintenance you can do 2 ways. Either you can give it to somebody. The monthlies are average around now $100 to $120 per month, and which is like they cover every week. They come to clean your pool, filter, they watch out, they put the chemicals. If there's a salt pool, they put a salt in. It's like a regular maintenance. So there are some chemicals, and depends on what kind of pool is a chlorine pool or salt pool, depends on that the maintenance required. And if you don't want to pay those expenses, then you can do by yourself. There are $30 to $40 average in expense. If it's a salt pool, then it's less expensive. If it's a chlorine pool, yes, there are also for the chemicals you need to pay. And there are some other expense, like you need to invest in vacuum, which kind of cleans your pool all the time by itself, so you don't have to brush it manually. So you can save those expenses, not like mandatory, but you need to be aware about those unique expenses. And one last fact, the lawn, not loan I know my pronunciation are not always great. Sorry for that. So English is my second language. So lawn maintenance. The lawn maintenance are like, because the mostly the lots are bigger size here. If the HOA is higher, most of the time they cover those fees, and that's why they're higher, because they are covering almost 150 to 160 dollars, just for that, the maintaining your area and the lot sizes. There are a lot of hedges. It's a lot of landscaping in basically in Florida houses. If you go into Palm Beach County, the lots are very big, so it's very expensive sometimes, to do by itself. But a lot of times if it's the bigger lots, then technically they mostly are not HOAs. So in that case, anyways, you need to maintain those things. Now, talking about the lots, a lot of people like to buy in a bigger lot, so you need to be aware about two important pieces. When there is a bigger lot, by default, mostly, okay, the older properties, or not like older properties, but the very bigger lots, they would have their own well and their own septic system. So what I mean by that, so septic system is basically, for the trash and, for your toilets, or the disposal system, basically it's needed for. So you need to maintain that also. There is normally the charges of the maintenance $80 to $200 per month, depends on how big is your septic system, what kind of system is used. Those are very important pieces to know. And there is a well, or your own, so your water is your own, not from the city. So it depends on the location. Even city like Parkland has estate homes. It's called estate homes, where the bigger lots, like 2-acre lots, they have own the well, because technically the city doesn't serve you for the water. There is no water lines, and in case you want to convert to the city, you need to check where again is the location. So those are things really important to understand. Even it's not like complicated, I would say, but it's something some people are not used to knowing about this. They want certain criteria for the house, but they don't know the expenses. So it's like, you need to be aware about. You can always discuss with your realtor. If you're looking to buy here in Florida, we have a great team to help you out with all this knowledge, and can guide you better. But basically, you can discuss with your professionals. If you're, let's say, if you do not have a city water, then how do we convert? How much would be? Not necessarily right now, right away you can convert it, but you need to consider all these expenses. So we closed one property long time back in Lake Worth. The Lake Worth is like in a city. It's not too far. There was not even a bigger lot, but no HOA community. So mostly this happens in no HOA communities. And we found out there's a septic and well, and even the owner didn't know about, because he was an investor. He was just flipping house. So that part came up in an inspection time. So that kind of thing happens. Not necessarily, even seller would know. So you need to have a proper team to find out about this. So these are the immediate unique expenses you need to know about the Florida houses. If you want to learn more about the buying process, if you learn about the areas, I have some more videos on my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you feel this helpful to you. That definitely helps my just efforts and encourage me to make the more videos and take the time to educate you guys. Thank you so much, and let's meet in the next video.